All right, hello everybody. We are live and ready to go. See Jingo there with the ooh, you have a new emote. I mean a new
Oh, that's not a noon.
um the heck are those things called again? Uh
Emojis?
it is an emote. Okay. Oh, they're
Emoji,
tier
yeah.
2. Okay. That's why I haven't seen
Yes,
it before.
it's one of my sub emotes.
I'm used
Raven
to
Knock
your
made that for me. If you I've got a bigger image of it. What it actually is it's a D6 mimic.
yeah, I can see, yeah, I saw that. If we click on it in OBS it pops up a big version of it. All right, so I'm trying to see, come on, if I can be heard. There it is. Let's see. Volume. There we go. Yay, I can be heard. Everybody say hi.
I
Yes, they can be heard. So last test is awesome. All right, so
That was chunky style.
Sirenscape can be heard as well. So uh, let's say hello to everybody. Boink. There we go. All right, so um, Roberta should be joining us shortly, and it's been a minute since we played. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of a recap. Looks like we lost a couple people though on the. I mean, we lost Reno for some reason. All right, so Doc, if you wouldn't mind either reading or summarizing the message of the day.
All right, give me a moment. Bring it back up here.
And I'm going to disappear for just a second, and I'll be right back.
All right. After finding the data stolen from the Deep Cultures Institute, Nib tells us that there are indications that there is a bubble city deep within the sun called Noma. The problem is getting to it. The Midnight Corps sent us on an emergency mission to stop a rampaging genie named Hanley. We arrived at the down low warehouse and we defeated a method. Hanley turned invisible and is still at large, and we have sat down for a short rest.
Excellent. Thank you very much. All right. Let me see. I just got a message. I think that's from Reno. So let me see what happened to him. Um, his CPU is rebooting. Interesting. Okay. All right. So he'll be back here in a moment. And Roberta. Oh, yeah. And it says in chat too that his computer did a reset. All right. So we'll start off with a quick quote. We'll wait for them. I like that theme. It's a very Red Cross feel to it, to your dice. So if that's what you were going for, you succeeded.
Yep.
All right. Boom. All right. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and open up this image of Hanley. So Hanley is the one, and here's the method. The method's gone, but it's still a cool picture. So um, I'll show that one again. So Hanley is the critter that you guys are, or a person you guys are after. There we go. All right. Any comments, Jingles, you wanted to mention, or anything else you wanted to add before we get jumping in here? You guys did get some goodies from your your company as well.
I think we distributed those.
Hmm.
Yeah. No, I have nothing to add.
All right.
Now, refresh us on what happened when we first encountered this guy. Did you leave the Mephit to fight us and run?
Basically, yeah. What happened was you guys came in the front room. You all had come in from the east, from the right side of the screen, and had moved in. And I'm gonna zoom in a little bit on the stream so they can see a little bit better. You had come in, opened the doors, and as you opened the door, you saw the Mephit right there, pretty much right where Twitch is right now, and across by the other door was the genie. You could tell right away, without even having to roll insight, that something was a little off. Uh, his eyes were all bloodshot and wide, and he was almost paranoid, just looking around, doing stuff. He immediately pulled a gun and started shooting at you. The Mephit was almost like a garbage Mephit, as it was causing sickness and other stuff. Um, After the first round and a half, he took off. He disappeared, but you guys did hear him moving around, so you know that he just turned invisible. And you heard the door. So this room is laid out sort of like a mirror. So right below you is a little 15-foot alcove with a door on it. It's the same thing on the other side. There's a 15-foot alcove with a door. And so you heard that door open as he ran through there. And but you guys were so beat up because Orindor, being a technomancer, I'll go ahead and unlock the tokens for now. Go ahead. Uh, Decided to go hand to hand and be the tank, and it went as expected. He got thrashed um, because technomancers are not made to be tanks. So you guys decided to go ahead and take a quick rest, short rest, 10-minute type thing, and there we go. So that's where we sit now. I'm going to go ahead and turn the lighting off again now that you guys have seen it, and you see how this is actually what the lighting looks like. There's these blue emergency lights that are sort of coming on and off, on and off. Um, but just to make it easier on everybody, I'm going to turn off the lighting. There we go. All right, and let's go ahead and add Loki in here for when Bobby gets back. Let's see, Bobby, click. Here
I'm
he
sorry, I'm
is.
back.
And that was my fault. I had your camera turned off and I just thought you were gone. And so there's Reno for when he comes back. All right, click, click, click. All right, we are golden. And let's add Loki into the mix. Nice thing is he has full spell slots. He has full health.
There we go.
All right. And comment tracker for the stream. Click. All right, so you take your 10-minute rest. Let's go ahead and give Orindor his. Spend 1 resolve point to restore stamina. He is wounded by 7. Last time Doc tried to do a medicine check, and
I
he
could
only
not.
needs a 20, but he rolled a 2, which only gives you a 15. So um, you only need a 5 on your die, but when you roll a 2, sadly, it wasn't quite enough. Um, just the wounds were just a little odd with this method and the weird things that he was doing, um, with electricity and slashing and some sort of magical effect as well. All those things combined made it a little difficult to fix. All right, who else is hurt? Twitch is down 1, so he's fine. And just 1 stamina, yeah. Yeah, like I said, Orndor is just the only one. He ran in there, took him on, and then left, and then got his butt handed to him. All right. Okay, let me see. So I was trying. We had some issues with the companions. Let me see what you've got. I have yet to. So what had happened was on the front page of the character sheet. Here, I'll open up the character sheet on the stream so you guys can see what I'm talking about as I talk. There used to be a right underneath the name race theme class level. Next to class level, that box was split just like the one above it, and it said companion. And it made it really simple. You just opened up the character sheets, the character selection box, and next to there was a tiny little symbol up here that was a dog face. You clicked that, and it opened up your companions, uh, dropped it onto the player. From then on, he could just control it. It was nice, simple. It was the companions were awesome. Um, Now it's not quite as easy. I just, I presume there are ways to do it. They have not put out a video yet. I just don't know what it is. So going to allies, let's see what beaker you have. All right, so it is level 4. Good. Like I had during the stream last week, we had issues trying to get him leveled up. Um, let's see if he is the same. 40, 40. Okay, so good. So he is right in the combat tracker. Let me go ahead and do this. Delete, delete. And I'm going to try pulling him from you again. And we'll see if that makes any difference. Uh, Doc, just for curiosity's sake, go ahead and roll me initiative. It did not. Okay, so you'll notice on Beaker's character sheet, there is no initiative. That's because companions don't roll for initiative. They are automatically immediately after their companion or master or whatever you want to call it. Um, but like I said, I just don't know how to
Oh,
link them yet. Let's see.
that's the
Notes,
name.
squawks. Yeah. All right. So he is the right level. He has all the right stats. Right now, he is doing a D4 plus 4 damage, so 5 to 9 damage if he attacks. But
Oh,
but he also has a bunch of skill, plus 14 to balance, plus 8 to escape, tumble, plus 10 to acrobatics. So he's got all these cool stuff, 13 to climb, things like that that he can do. Um, don't know what's going on with his stealth. Let's see, plus 10 to stealth. So yeah, um, and then with his squawk tricks, he can disarm people and steal their stuff and things. So he may not be a hand-to-hand tank, but he can mess with people. So and he can deliver goods and always run over, pull a pin on a grenade and run away when they have stuff on their belt, stuff like that. You can train him to also do
Secure.
things like drop the cartridge or batteries, disengage a battery from a rifle or a pistol that they
Yes.
have in their holster. He can climb up on them and pink. Now they don't have a battery in there.
Can they sneak up on them and
So
put a pair of manacles on their ankles?
that would be a little bit more challenge, but absolutely, I like where you're going.
Because I think I have a
Go
set of
for it.
manacles in my inventory.
Yeah, especially if they're not paying attention. I mean, combat would probably be a challenge, but if they're not in combat, that would be definitely a possibility. All right, so we have Reno back. Svengal is around. She's connected to the table. There's Twitch. Let's see. She don't see her in chat in Discord yet, but all right. So Orindor, we already gave you your stamina back. Your so
Okay.
um. Oh, Discord is updating. She says. All right, so she will be back shortly. All right. So what else are you guys doing?
Forward in the room to have a look. These
Okay, we'll change
doors,
this.
are there keypads or something on them, or do they just open? Let's go have a
Yes,
closer look at this one.
they have keypads, but they can be set to just open. Most of these type of things are most times in these type of warehouses, they're just set to motion sensor, just like a supermarket door. But that can be overridden, and there can be uh, can be in a sense locked or prevented from doing that
I
without the
don't want
code.
to get close enough for it to open while I'm over there by myself, so I'll back up.
Okay.
Do we don't know what door he went out of, but we didn't see that first one over here open, did
So the
that
one
one?
that one did not open at all, but you did the one. There's one directly south of you and one directly west of you. You did not see the one directly west of you open either, but you heard the one directly south of you open. So you do know that he can't win out that one.
Well, then, while keeping an eye on the south door, I'm going to creep over by the west door and have a listen. See if I can hear anything.
All right, so give me perception in the tower. You
Do we have
hear
another map up?
traffic.
Do we have another map for the battle section? I only have the big one for the ship flying. Ah,
You hear traffic. It looks like this is a door leading to the outside.
Okay, I'll kind of wave to everybody else and then point towards this other door. Think he went this way.
all right. I'll prepare to get ready to move that direction.
All right. we go. All right, so as you get close, whoosh, the door opens.
Are we out of battle right now?
Correct, you are out of battle.
Okay.
Hanley, buddy, can we talk? We know you're in here.
All right, Orndor, I'm going to put you behind him.
Okay.
You hear a little something fall from the far corner of the room. Let me move up the map a little bit. Twitch
Why
moves
are you
on in.
moving me?
Oh, I'm sorry, I grabbed the wrong time. Because I'm a Dorkosaurus.
I'll investigate.
All right, go ahead and move yourself where you want to move.
Where do we hear the noise from?
I'm gonna step
Right
inside the
where
door though
Orndor is.
and watch them.
So then I'm looking around. Did I hear anything? Any of the directions that I have available to me?
Yes. Oh, I know why you're so hot, because you were so very soft last week and I cranked up your volume. So let me turn you back down to normal. There we go.
There's no such thing as normal.
There we go. All right. So yeah, Orndor, you off in front of Doc and Twitch, you hear a little bit of a crash to the side.
Okay. Can I go investigate?
Yeah, that's better. All right. So I'm just catching up to. There we go. Okay. I've got all these different things going on. Okay, we are ready to go. All right, so if you haven't checked your dice, um, one of the things going on right this second is that the dice reset every time. So, um, but you also have new dice. So if you guys haven't seen them, there are a bunch of new dice that you can play with.
Oh, it doesn't
You have to
hold.
buy it. You buy the majority of them.
The bottom sections, yes, but you have the free elemental ones and then the one that's regular. Also, your pointer is different than your dice color now. So, and I thought pointer meant your mouse pointer,
Yeah.
but it's not. It means when you do something like that, the arrow that I just drew,
Oh,
that
okay.
is your pointer. So, and up on your character where your portrait is, that's also the little dot on your portrait. So, like Doc right now is white, his pointer is
Right.
white. So that's what that
Okay.
means.
So my pointer is going to be burgundy or whatever that is.
Yes,
Sweet.
there we go. Now it's the color I wanted. All right, so um, you hear I have nothing to talk about with you. I know why you're here.
Do you now? Why don't you tell us then, if you know?
Shit, sorry.
You're here because they want me dead.
Who
I
is
won't let it
they?
happen.
Who is they? And I assure you, I am not in the business of killing people. It happens from time to time, but it is not my business.
Well, you did all the healing. You let us do all the killing.
He doesn't need to know that.
Yeah, that's exactly what a person who was here to kill me would say. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
A what check?
Doc can give me
Well,
a persuasion.
it's
Oh, persuasion.
diplomacy,
Oh,
not
diplomacy, sorry.
persuasion. Yeah.
Hey, Atomic is in the house. Welcome, Atomic.
Atomic.
Doc isn't feeling particularly, you know, maybe there was too much starch in his boxers and he's grouchy today.
You grouchy every day though.
Doc,
Mm.
not usually,
That
depending on
beer's
what's in his
busting your
pipe.
balls. Yeah, exactly.
All right, so um, he becomes visible as you see he is finishing up casting a spell. And one thing that you all had noticed as you came into the room above you is there were these piles of some sort of grayish substance that had like a cinnamony, a smell of cinnamon from it, and the mephit had it all over its face and chest and hands. Um, and as he finishes casting his spell, he is pointing at Doc. A pile of this gook appears, like porridge, gruel type substance appears at your feet. And it's like a perfect square cube, and then it loses its rigidity and just sort of forms a puddle. I see what you've done. You've ruined my magic. I won't let that stop you. And he pulls out his sword, and comes zipping over toward Twitch. And let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Come on. Initiative is which one is that? Wow.
Are you going to have Beaker stay out of this for now?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so he goes first. Let me add. Um, Doc, Jingo, would you look under any effects and see if he types the word skip, see if skip turn pops up for you?
It does.
Perfect. If you could drag that onto Beaker for me, please. All right, so he moves up. So I will say, as he jumps over this little computer console, Twitch, you will get an opportunity attack
Okay.
because he's moving from one threatened square to another.
Alrighty then. Give me a moment. Come on.
And this is what the room would normally look like, again, with the pulsating hazard lights and stuff. There is no, the normal lighting has been disabled.
Oh, for the love of Pete. Oh, I'm just gonna club him as he passes by. He's this little dude, right? Fall down. Dude, we are not here to kill you.
right, and then he, oops, click, there it is. And he slashes at you with his tactical dueling sword. First one is a miss. He goes swiping past you. Second one is a hit. 5 damage. Loki, is your turn. All right, you shoot through the doorway, and shoots past him, flying past Twitch as well. Gonna move or anything else? We cannot hear you if you're talking.
Sorry, my mic was muted. I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
All right, go ahead and click next when you're done. Doc.
I'm going to load up inhibitor, my pharmacology inhibitor. Let's take a shot at it and see if I hit. Oh, that's interesting.
Says you're out of ammo.
Oh, it says I'm out of ammo. I see. Okay.
So what did you click to have it show that you're reloading ammo?
I just double clicked on the full bar of ammo clicks, and it changed it to empty. You know
Interesting.
how
Okay.
every time you shoot it, it adds a check mark. Let me try that with the
Cool.
sonic pistol. Let me
All right.
make it all the way full.
It doesn't have to be all the way full because I just did it. I had not seen that before. That's good to know.
Yeah, you
Um,
click on the box that shows the number of rounds and it clears it. All right. Anyways, I
nice.
missed, and that wastes a biohack.
Now, are you keeping track of your needles?
Yes, I
Okay.
have a bunch.
Your pistol doesn't matter because your pistol doesn't just uses batteries, and those can be reloaded most places. So right now it doesn't matter. But anybody else, by the way, if you want to check here, you guys just got done with a 10-minute rest. So anybody else who has ammo that's been used can double click as we just learned.
Yeah, I have 43 of the 100 darts that I bought for my needlers still around.
Okay.
Nice.
You've used 57. Wow. I did not realize you had shot that many times. Okay. So Twitch, this thing is right up in your face with his sword, and he hits you once with a little bit of damage.
Oh, I'll just hit him again then, because he's
Excuse me.
not listening that we're not here to hurt him. But okay, whatever. You want to get bruised up and possibly killed, knock yourself out. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And on that note, they did say that they want you to uh, take him take him alive. I mean, he doesn't have to be conscious, but they do want you to take him alive.
Okay then. Well, he's heavily wounded at this point, so
All right. And if you're not going to move or anything else, go ahead and click next. All right, Orndor. So you can't You know he's there. You sort of saw him move down, and then, but he's mostly blocked from your view right now. So you would need to move up or move around somewhere.
So where he's to the south and to the east. Is that where I'm going to be moving to?
Yes, he's just next. He's next to um,
Oh, that dude right there. Okay.
Twitch. Are you trying to get here?
I'm trying to get to right next to on the south of Twitch, if that's possible. It may be too far though.
To the south? Okay. So if you were here, you can go
I only got 20 feet.
there.
Yeah, that's it. Perfect.
All right.
Perfection. And I can strike at him as well. Give me a second here. All right, we can go ahead and use the semi-auto. I think on him.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. So he's going to slash at you because you're using a ranged weapon in melee with his sword. So go ahead and roll your damage as he's trying to hit you back.
Okay.
So 1 on the dice isn't going to do it. So let's see if he gets critical fail. 77. That is exactly where it starts. So this is a melee critical fumble, critical failure. Roll. I used to be an explorer like you. You lunge too far forward and strike your knee when you swing too low, doing normal damage to yourself. All right, so you go to shoot him, and he quickly slashes towards you. But Twitch is there and knocks the sword down, and it hits him in the knee. He does 9 damage to himself. And I don't see the damage. Just go ahead and roll your damage. Oh no, there it is. 6. Okay, perfect. All right. Are you? So that was it for you. Go ahead and click next when you're done. Oh, I got it. There you go. All right, so his turn. All right, so that doesn't help him. That doesn't help him. Uh, what is this? This is a standard action. Okay. All right, so he disappears. Fact. All right, and Doc, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Not one of my strong suits.
All right, so he disappears. What would you like to do?
Rifle through my inventory real quick. See that I only don't have anything. Oh, Actually, let's do something to get a little innovative. He's invisible, huh? I'm going to take out my pipe, put a big old pinch of tobacco in it, and start puffing out clouds of smoke because as he moves through the room, he will disturb the smoke and we might be able to see where he's at. And that's what I'm doing this round.
All right.
Nice.
Give
Actually,
me
I'm
percentile.
going to step out into the middle of the room a little bit to kind of be more in the action.
Okay. All right, Orindor. And we can't see you and I cannot hear you, so I don't know if Reno, you're up.
I'm here.
Okay.
Just chewing. All right.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Where's the people?
All right, so you know he's there in front of you. You can hear him. You can hear his clothes rustling and stuff. You just can't see
Okay.
him. So you can still attack him if you want. It's just that you're going to be at a.
Disadvantage.
It's not disadvantage. You have. I know in regular Pathfinder you have a 50% miss chance, but let me see. That's not on this list. Um. Anyway, but you can still attack him. It just you have a lower chance. And that's really noisy. Whatever you're doing.
Sorry.
Okay. So what did you want to do?
Hold on 1 second. I think I'm gonna do a tactical move here and just step up and to the right. Can I do that? Right there.
Are you taking a 5 foot guarded step?
Yes.
Okay. And then what are you doing?
I'm trying to disengage myself and be at the ready. I will have my sword, I think. Let's see what I got. Since it said flesh grenade, I'm like, what the hell is a flesh grenade? My baton is pretty awesome. All right, I'll take my baton out. Where's my sword?
Okay.
Long sword. Oh, wait a minute. 1d8. Is it there? I have
It is.
1d6 plus 1 plus 5. That's 7 minimum. This one is minimum 2. So I think I'm going to go with the baton for right now. I'm close. That's what I should do. I'll step back, be at the ready with the baton, just waiting to see if something appears or something else happens. Okay.
All right. So okay. So this 5 paragraphs about invisibility does not answer the question I had, but I'm getting warmer. Here it is. Dealing with unseen creatures. All right. So they have a bonus to their stealth checks, which is not surprising. Here it is. I was right. An unseen creature benefits from total concealment, which means you have a 50% miss chance, and you are considered flat-footed against its attacks. Okay, so yeah, so you can attack the square you think it's in. If it's there, you have a 50% miss chance. If you hit, if you, we would roll a percentile first to see whether or not it works, and then go from there. All right, Twitch. So go ahead and give me a perception check, please.
Perception.
As you see Orendor step back, pull out his baton, start twirling it and throwing it in the air, doing a little routine with his baton.
Is that my perception? There it is.
Ooh, nice aqua numbers. All right. So with a 16, um, you know he went invisible before, so you presume he might be invisible again, but no one else is saying anything, and you're not sure what's going on. You see Doc is puffing out plumes of smoke.
Doc, you got a general idea?
Oh, well, I'm just making the cloud if he tries to move close to us.
Oh, you have blind sense. Vibration 30 feet. Let me
Oh,
see
me. Yeah.
if he. So he can fly, but it doesn't say he hovers. So yeah, you know where he is. He's right next to you.
Oh, he's right next to me,
He didn't.
like
He
within
didn't
striking
move.
distance of my club again.
Yeah, he didn't
Then,
move. He just turned
dude,
invisible.
game on. All right. Club that dude again. Oh, did it roll?
It did roll. That 14 is a miss.
Okay. All right. Well, he got off lucky this time.
All right. So the rest of you see Twitch swinging through the air. All right, Loki.
Okay. Do I need to roll perception?
For
Nah,
your,
he's right there.
okay. So Twitch says he's right in front of him. Go ahead and give me a perception.
Ah,
You don't have any special senses, but I'll say you do have a little bit of a heightened smell. So you can smell the pipe
no.
that he's
Okay.
smoking.
So I'm going to be aiming at the, if I shoot at the,
So go ahead and give me a perception. Let's see how well, if you can hear him or smell him or anything.
oh,
Nope.
really? That didn't even roll. It just flopped down on the. No, I'm going to take a chance and shoot the last spot I saw him at.
Okay, yep, that's where Twitch says he is. So first of all,
Do
give
I need to
me,
target that area?
let's see. Yeah, so he's targeted.
Okay.
So for before you roll damage, so if you do hit, you do have a 50% chance of missing.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and roll. What's this one? Come on. And it didn't. What's going on? I just rolled. Okay, try this again.
All right, so now we're going to go ahead and roll a 12-sider. Odd, you miss, even you hit. That's a hit. Awesome. So roll damage. Oh, never mind. It did it automatically. We're gonna go ahead and let it go ride this time, but now we know next time. If you look at that in a chat, you'll see it does it automatically because he's listed as invisible. It says it rolled a percentile for you.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. I don't like it because I like my percentiles to be. You should have well. So it says miss chance 50%. It should be a hit chance 50%. And so below 50 you should hit. But anyway, it's okay. It's good to know that Fantasy Grounds does it for you. Very cool. All right, so with that, you hit him, and he is bleeding out on the ground.
Save
Still
him.
invisible.
And he's no longer 5 feet in the air. There we go.
Mm,
All right, so what are you guys doing? We are out of combat, and this guy is breathing his last.
No, Doc, save him. We need to bring him in
Try to save
alive.
him. I'm going to hit him with the serum of healing Mark 1.
Okay.
I'm getting to it.
All right, so it heals him for 7. Let me check something real
Does that
quick.
make him conscious?
Oh yeah, he's awake and looking around. He's no longer invisible.
Is he upset?
Now, if we had wanted you dead, we wouldn't be having this conversation now, would we?
Indeed.
Hopefully, now you will listen because we won't have this conversation again. Do you understand?
This is exactly what I thought. You guys are here to kill me. And he's reaching for his sword. Um,
He's still laying on the ground, right? Doc's going to sit on him.
yes.
Doc weighs about 350 pounds. Actually, I don't know how much Doc weighs, but Doc's going to just sit on him and kind of kick the
he's a
sword
plump
away.
fella.
Yeah.
All right, so
Doc is 300 pounds. Doc is a heavy guy.
all right,
Orndor is also good at
so go ahead and
crowd
give
control.
me a um. All right, so a melee on your main page is a melee. You go ahead and drop it onto him. You're trying to beat his
Nope.
AC versus combat maneuvers as you're trying to grapple him, sit on him. So you go to sit on him and he rolls out of the way. So let's go to Loki. So you guys do know you have an option of doing non-lethal damage if you, depending on some of your weapons, automatically do a non-lethal already. But if it doesn't, then you just have a -4 to hit, and you can do non-lethal with anything. But any kind of like shock weapons, things like that do. Uh,
So could I pull out my club and try to knock the sword out of his hand?
you can. So
Well,
again,
that's
so go ahead and roll. What are you using your club? So go ahead and roll your club attack. That's versus his armor class versus combat maneuvers.
that's so I'm gonna roll that.
All right, so all right, and then let's see. It says 1d6 plus -1 plus 5. Okay, because you're -1 strength. Okay, so go ahead and do you have him targeted? Okay, so untarget him. and then roll damage.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, that is enough to knock it out of his hand. Clang, clang, clang. The sword goes clanging onto the floor. Twitch.
Stop fighting, you idiot! Just stop. Do I have something on me I could just tie his hands?
I don't know. Do you? I
I
think
have no idea.
We have a
from
crap ton of rope and stuff.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tie his hands up so he can stop doing this stupid attacking thing.
okay. And so what do you have?
What do you mean? What do I have? Rope?
Have to restrain him first.
The sword
So
just
I
got
know
knocked out of his hands,
I
so
know
I'm just
Doc
gonna
has
grab his hands and just wrap rope around him.
manacles well, he
I do
said he did.
not. I thought I
Oh,
did.
okay.
I
Um,
think they got used at some point.
okay. All right. So first of all, you'll need to grab him. So go ahead and do a melee attack. It's on the front page. It says melee, as he is not gonna sit idly by and let you do that.
Yes, he is.
All right, 19. So that is all right. So you have him grappled. Now let's see. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand.
Only because you have multiple arms. Normally, if Doc or Orindor or Loki tried to do this, they would not be able to do both. But because you
Can I help?
have
Can I help?
multiple things, multiple arms, limbs, and stuff, you can grab your rope. First of all, did you verify you have rope in your inventory?
I have no idea. Where's my inventory?
So
Inventory. Where are you? My inventory.
gear. You have a pillow. You can try to smother him.
I'm not trying to kill him. I'm trying to assuage his fears that we are trying to kill him.
We have the Kasatha microcord uh, armor thing. We can tie him up, use the sleeves or something like that, tie him up, if not nothing else.
I just
I
thought
also
I
have a
had a
tool.
basic kit that had like rope in it, but
I have a toolkit for engineering, especially for vehicles. Which
All
I
right.
don't know
So it
which
doesn't
I
look like you
guess.
have
have
any kind of
that.
rope or fiber or anything to tie him up with, but you do have him grappled now. So we'll go ahead and put that effect on him.
Maybe I should just sit on him.
That would work. You're probably better at it than Doc. Doc
Yeah,
goes to sit on him and he rolls out from under, and Doc plants his butt on the floor and kind of rolls over sideways with an oof.
All right. So
I'm struggling to understand how I, as a bounty hunter, don't have anything on me that I could secure somebody with. That's
that would
just
be
weird.
weird. I think it's just an oversight. But I have a engineering specialty for vehicles toolkit, so there's no way there's not going to be some sort of rope or cord or jumper cables or something that we cannot use.
all right. So he disappears.
What?
I have him grappled. How does he disappear?
Magic, I
You
guess.
still have him grappled.
Oh, okay.
You just can't
He's
see him.
just can't see him, but I can certainly feel him. Okay,
Hygiene kit.
gotcha.
Oops, wrong button. All right. So Yes, and so I guess it's not. Let me do this. I'm gonna. Oops, I disappeared. Sense motive. There it is, and it's gonna be an easy check. So you guys should have a roll in the middle of the screen. All them pretty dice.
Yeah, I want the ones that
All
they
right.
have for sale, man.
Yeah. So the three of you, it's clear this guy is not in his right mind. Like I said, his eyes are all bloodshot, staring around. He's acting all weird. There's no reason for him to go invisible now. He's already grappled. He's prone. He's not trying to stand up. He's not trying to attack you with his pistol. He's turning invisible, which does nothing. So it's clear that he's not all there. Something is wrong. Um, and the person you talked to last week, who hired Midnight Core, said that something snapped. He was not like this before. He was normal. He was a good employee, and now all of a sudden something happened. So um, reasoning with him is clearly not working.
Right.
All right, Doc. So you can see Twitch is holding him still as he's moving and wiggling around on the floor still. We cannot hear you, sir.
Oh, pressing the wrong button. I believe that I can make pharmaceuticals, but it's going to take too long. Otherwise, I could make a sedative for him.
Right?
Does it? I'm going to do a medical scan on him. Does he appear to be under the influence of a substance?
That's what I was thinking.
All right, so go ahead and give me a um, yeah, just do a straight medicine check. Nice.
Wow.
All right, so you are doing a scan, relying on your instrument to give you data.
It's also a chemolyzer, so I can analyze his blood with a life sciences roll. I'm willing to imagine.
All right, so you're able to.
If he's willing, he's probably not willing to give me a blood sample, but I'm
There's
sure we
blood
cracked
on
him
the
on the
floor.
head once or
Yep.
twice, and there's some laying around.
Yeah, there's blood on the floor because, like I said, you can't see him, but you can hear him squirming around and stuff. But you're able to touch enough on the floor to analyze it.
Oh my God.
Um,
In case you need it, the blood analysis didn't go well.
all right, so there you go. That is.
Ooh.
Does the whisper thing work? It does work. Okay,
It
good.
does. I saw that.
Nice.
It popped up in a separate window right there.
All right, so that's what you're able to find out during this round, or Endor.
Yes.
So again, you see Twitch struggling with him on the ground, but you can't see him. But it's clear he's still got him held, and you see Doc sitting there with his little medicine kit and his little beakers and.
And he makes an aha sound.
Ah.
Uh huh.
have anything. And I don't have any spells that are useful, so I think
Unless you can just render him unconscious or stunned.
I have a baton in my hand.
You give him a
I have
non-lethal tap.
I have a foam grenade.
Hmm.
Whatever the hell that is. And I think that's all I got here for fun stuff. Flash grenade.
Well,
I got a
give
flash
him.
grenade. So can
Well,
I use?
give it.
I'll use.
Yeah, I was just say, give him a non-lethal crack with that club.
So
Okay,
the
how do I?
foam grenade, first of all, it looks like this. Second of all,
Cool.
if you click the piezo symbol, it says it explodes on impact to release a burst of fire suppressant foam akin to that from a fire extinguisher.
So it's more of a deterrent, basically, or a fire extinguisher.
Well, if you,
Okay.
it's like a regular grenade to a fire elemental.
Yes.
Right, so
Well, I'll
what
just
you
use a
want is
baton. I'll give him a whack. How do I do that again?
you would
Just
have to
attack him.
close enough to be able to attack him. So you
Okay.
can move
I move
into
him up
here.
to wherever. Okay.
Okay, and then click, click. All right, so go ahead and roll the hit.
Roll the hit. Okay. Oops. Come on. There we go. Come on. Okay. Oh my god.
All right, so
That sucked.
clang, it slams against the ground as he's squiggling and worming around.
Okay. Can I do it again or not?
Not this round. Let's go ahead and.
Okay.
But Twitch, he is wiggling and squirming. Like I said, you have multiple arms, so you can attack or do whatever you want to do while you have him held.
I'm just going to maintain holding him until we can get figured
Okay.
out what we're doing with him.
All right, Doc.
There appears to be something attached to him, a symbiote of some sort. He's still conscious, isn't he?
Yes.
Oh yes, wiggling
Very
around, moving
much
around.
so.
Yeah,
Yes.
thanks to a healing serum that saved his life, but definitely brought him back.
I'm not sure what to do at this point. No, I don't have any kind of anything.
Not in combat. Once you're out of combat, or if he's unconscious again, you might be able to extract it. The woman also said just knock him out and they'll be able to take care of it from there. But if you wanted to, you could probably try to extract it, like I said, once you're out of combat. But he needs to be unconscious first.
Well, then I will just punch him.
All right. Click, click. There you go. So he is targeted. Go ahead and roll your attack. All right. So it glances off. You feel a hit, but it hits a really solid one of his pauldrons on his shoulder. That hurts your hand more than it affects him.
The bastard.
All right. And
Uh,
all right. So he casts a spell. You can hear him casting a spell, and he becomes visible again. Let me verify and make sure. I don't want to apply D&D rules to Starfinder. If the spell ends if the target attacks any creatures. For the purposes of this spell, an attack includes any spell or harmful effect targeting a foe, or whose area effect includes a foe. Actions directed at unattended objects don't break the spell. The reason I'm pointing this out is because both of you technomancers may already be able to get invisibility, but if you can't, you will be able to soon. So this gives
Right.
you a lot more freedom than D&D invisibility does. All right. Causing harm indirectly is not an attack. So you can open doors, talk, eat, climb stairs, summon security forces, and have them attack. Start a trash compactor with foes inside, remotely trigger traps, and so forth. Wow, yeah. So you
So
do have a lot more freedom in this one.
can
So
can
he's been
I
there. Go ahead.
can I go back and search the room that we came through for something to tie him up with?
Yeah, on your turn you can do that. Just 1 second. So he casts a spell, and you hear him start talking to Beaker as
Ooh.
um, where's Loki and Orndor? Mysticism. Clink. All right. Oops, I hit Twitch by mistake. All right. So the two Orndor, you have a roll as well.
Okay, hold on. Sorry.
Did you want me to roll that? You said it wasn't meant for me.
You can roll it
Okay.
if you want. Who knows? Maybe you've seen somebody else cast this before
Okay.
for S and G. Nope. All right. So yeah. So the two of you technomancers realize he casts speak with animals,
Okay.
and so he's you don't know what he's saying, but he's speaking in a conspiratorial tone to Beaker,
Ah, it's not good.
trying to get Beaker to do
And what?
something.
Oh,
All right,
is Beaker
Loki.
responding?
Yes, Beaker is responding.
Oh.
All right, Loki. Now you said you want to go back into the other room.
Yes, and search for something to tie him up with
All right, give me a percentile.
as well.
Go ahead and move, and then give me a percentile
Okay, we're just back into the other room.
wherever you want to move to.
Uh, okay. No, that's not
So with
what.
the new dice, the far right dice is a percentile now.
So is it?
Next to the foresighter is a percentile.
I, so I just need to
Just click
click
it
it
and
once.
yep, click it and throw it in the chat.
Okay. Okay.
You did.
Before
You have to pick
you
it up
had
and throw
to.
it in the chat.
Yeah.
There you go.
I,
Yeah, before you had to do other stuff. Now you just pick it up and throw it. Perfect. Okay. So you do see there is a roll of tape, packing tape, over on this table over here.
I'll go
Okay.
over there and grab it.
Yep.
All right, so you moved 5, 10, 15, so you can move the rest of your movement. Oh, I don't have things locked. There we go. There we go. Try it again.
Oh, I went right there. What is the rest of my movement? Um, not that much, is it?
All right, and you also have to go, let's see, right here. You have to go up and around this table. You can grab it with your action, and then, I mean, with your interact with action. Your speed is 30, I presume.
Um,
So that was 40,
yes.
60. Okay. So you grab it and come back to there. Orndor.
Yes.
So you hear him talking, whispering to Beaker.
I
leave my
I will
detail.
say something. I'll say something to Doc. Obviously, I'm not going to keep that to myself.
Okay, so
So what is his reaction? What is Doc's reaction?
Yeah, I hear him.
you can hear him, but
Um,
Orindor tells you, hey, he can't speak with animals.
well, I imagine my Squawks has a pretty salty vocabulary. Maybe he'll learn a few new words.
Couldn't he be
And
also influencing?
do you remind me? I mean, do you remember off the top of your head how you communicate with them? Don't you have
I
like a
speak.
telepathic thing or something?
I do not. I might have a magic item now that does, but no, I speak to him out loud. I do not believe my feats give me any special.
All right. Yeah. So he
No, I
seems
have no telepathy.
unconcerned, Orindor. Doc does.
Okay. All right. I'm taking that on faith. I I don't really think I have anything to do here. Look around the room a bit more. You guys got him under
You can
control.
try hitting him again if you want.
Why? He's under
All right,
control
let me
now.
just see what my skills are here. I got good stealth and sleight of hand. Piloting. Life science, engineering, diplomacy. I had diplomacy. Fairly high. Try to persuade him to stop being a dork. I don't know. All right, I'll whack him with the club.
Okay.
I'll just whack him with the club here. All right.
So he is targeted. Go ahead and roll. See if you hit. And the fancy grounds will take care of the rest. All right, so that's a hit.
What's the percentage about?
That's because he's
Oh,
invisible still.
oh,
All right, so
that nice.
with that he is unconscious. He's not dying because you're using a club. Yeah, I'm looking through here and it does not. I do not see anything. It's just basically you have. It's not like a familiar. Um, you just train them
No,
and work with them, and so
it's
they obey
just a pet.
commands and stuff. Yeah. Um, well, that would hurt his feelings if he heard you say that, but yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
no,
Yeah,
I mean
and I
it's
don't think
just
the
a pet.
squawks
There's
has
no
any.
supernatural element to it.
I don't think the squawks has any kind of special communicative abilities either. Let's see.
No, he cannot
Telepathic.
back to me. All right, now that we have this guy unconscious, I want to
Yes.
examine
So
his
he is
body. I
now
want to see if this symbiote is an external.
45. All right, so he drops out of invisibility. Yoink. So he's there again. Let's
Oh my god.
wrong one. Here it is. All right, so Loki comes around the corner with the tape. He's got packing tape basically.
Let's pack him up.
Wrap
Oh,
up our special little package.
All right, and how are you going to bind him?
I say we should do it from the shoulder down to it,
There are
however far
chairs.
his hand, and then tape his mouth.
If there's a chair, no, we want him to talk. If there are chairs, let's just tape him down to a chair.
Here we go.
Okay.
If need be, we can just pick up a chair and carry him.
Okay. That sounds good.
Use a hand truck. Just use the hand truck.
All right, so this room, let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of line of sight. Open. Now that we're not in combat anymore.
Yeah. There's a chair right there.
So there are a couple chairs in this room. Most of the other rooms do not have chairs. Um, there's one up in. There's a couple in the room up above you as well. There's 3 in the room above you. Um, so you're gonna move him to the chair.
And
Do a
we're going
more
to tape him
thorough
to the,
scan.
All right, give me a
we're going to
medicine
tape him
check.
to the chair. Going to tape him to the chair.
Okay. And so are you doing his upper body? Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
I'm looking for this
Okay.
symbiote or evidence of it.
I get go
Hopefully,
around the,
hopefully it's external and not internal.
Right.
go around his wrists, both wrists and both ankles, so he can't move or try to get up.
All right. And are the wrists bound in front of him or behind him?
The arms of the chair.
Okay. And
Assuming
the
it's a search
feet
chair.
feet are on the legs of the chair.
Yep.
All right. All right. So you're doing this. You're checking them out. Um, let's see. With your normal, all right, identify creature. This is living, so you have a 34. He is. So you're able to pull up. He's a medium outsider, uh, native to a plane of fire. He's a genie um, with a sub race of or subclass of Janni, Janni. It's a type of genie. Um, you also know he can go ethereal and could have gone ethereal pretty much any time he wanted. But again, he wasn't in his right mind, so he never looks like he never did. Um, and he was using his create sustenance ability, but instead of making food and water to sustain creatures, he was just making his gruel weirdness.
Okay.
They also have telepathy, but again, you didn't
His
see.
his critter does.
Yes.
Interesting.
All right. So that's all the informational data. I mean, there's more stuff there if you want to know resistances and things, but he is a equivalent of a level 4 CR4. Um, all right. So with 34, doing the math real quick, it's plus the level. 14, so 20. So it's 20. You're exceeding it by 20, which gives it that much. Okay, and your medicine check was a 25. All right, so that is enough. You see that besides, it's a little harder because of all the wounds that were inflicted by you guys and by. It looks like he has a couple other wounds that was in the process of healing, bruises and things. So looks like he may have scuffled with security or something else, or hurt himself. You're not sure how the wounds got there, but he has some older wounds um, from 3 or 4 hours ago. And hidden in the midst of those things, you see that there is a raised portion as you look at his 2 arms. You see that just above his elbow, below where the bicep would be, there's a long, about 2-inch raised portion. Um, and it looks like some sort of worm is underneath the skin on his right arm.
Implant.
Ew. Can I do some field surgery and cut it out of him?
We all have the stuff. I mean, we all are able to
I do
get this
have my
kind of thing.
med kit.
You do.
Yeah.
So the med kit at this level counts as, let's see,
Look.
gear,
I think it's the standard med kit.
abilities. Here it is. All right, custom micro lab. All right, at 5th level, your custom micro lab functions as an advanced med kit. Yep, you are correct. All right, and so do you have an advanced med kit in your gear? Let's see. I'll just look it up in the items. There we go. So go ahead and give me, let's see. You want to, are you trying to be careful or you just want to get it out of him?
I just want to get it out of him. If it doesn't live through it, I don't care.
Medkit Advanced. Here we go. All right, so this gives you +2 insight bonus to medicine checks. All right, so I'm going to say this is going to take you 10 minutes. So if you want to take 10, you can, or you can roll.
I'll roll.
All right, so give yourself a +2, and then give us a medicine check. So this is fairly easy because all you're doing, you're just trying to get it out. So let's see, here it is. Challenge 15 plus 5 and half is 7, so that would be 22, and you exceeded it by 12. All right, so you are actually able to remove it, and it is alive. Are you going to kill it, or do you want to just keep it?
No.
Oh,
See, I
research that
probably
sucker.
have. As part of my med lab, I'm sure I have a specimen or sample jar that I can put it in.
Sure. So you wipe out the stool sample you had in there and
Yep.
throw it in
I
there.
always keep a spare on hand. You never know.
That's right. Um, so
And then I want to micro lab this thing to find out what it is.
all right. So go ahead and give me a. So this one is also a living creature. So you have a 34. Um, so this thing looks like it's similar to the in look to the uh, things that you buy to give yourself what people buy to give themselves the plus to their
Augmentations.
attributes. Um,
Augmentations, I believe they're called.
and they have, where is image? Here it is. That is not what I was looking for. Um, oh, and except it's longer. In normally these things are very maybe an inch long. They look like tadpoles, but they're about an inch long. This thing has a similar look, but it's much longer. It's about 3 inches long from the tip to tip. And here it is. It is called a synergizing symbiote. Personal upgrade. There it is. Okay.
Yeah.
But it is, like I said,
It's
this thing
loading.
is about 3.5, 4 inches long, um, less than an inch wide, uh, and you notice that it's somewhat ethereal as well. It's not as when you go to the ethereal plane, you are still on the material plane. You just can't be affected by anything. It's sort of like a ghost. But this thing is like halfway there. You do know that the genie, like I said, can go ethereal. So you're not sure where it came from. You haven't seen this type of thing before. Um, and with your 34, you can tell that it was produced. It does not look like it's 100% natural. Looks like it was from a
Somebody's been
lab,
growing
some
monsters.
sort of lab or vat or cloning effect or something, and that altered its genetic code as they cloned it and things. So it's too, the as you're looking at the details and the DNA and things, you notice it's too precise to be there by random chance. All right, so what are you guys doing now? So you were hired to knock him out and then deliver him to the woman.
Let's do that.
Let's
And
deliver.
we're going to deliver this as well. I just wanted to take some notes on it and scan it first.
Okay.
Oh, that thing's horrible. So yes, we'll contact the Midnight Corps and let them know that we've got our quarry and that we have determined the nature of his bad behavior, and we'll be sending that sample along as well.
Okay. And just for uh, your player's information, um, you can buy personal upgrades to give yourself a +2 to any ability, strength, dex, etc. Um, you can also, and then a +4 at higher levels and a +6 at the highest level. And there are 3 choices. You can either do it magically, where you buy a crystal and then you gain the +2 to your ability. You can have synaptic accelerators, so a technological, um, where they rewire part of your brain and give you the +2 to your ability. Or you can have this little guy who is a hybrid of magic and technology, and he burrows under your skin and sort of grafts to you, and you never see him again, and you get a +2 to your ability. And they start at 1,400 credits for a +2.
Wow.
I have a question.
Okay.
I got a broken targeting computer. Will can I? And I'm using that second skin armor. Can that be used with that armor if I fix it?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I take that back. You said it's second skin armor.
Yeah, I think I read earlier that it says
Okay.
it can be upgraded.
Second Skin doesn't have any upgrade slots, I don't think. That's a problem.
Here, let me
He's a tech. He can figure things out. circumvent the usual stuff.
Second skin.
Skin. And
Upgrade slots, they have one. So they have one upgrade
ooh,
slot. If it hasn't been used, yes, you can use it for that. Or you can upgrade your armor completely. So
Which armor is it? What class?
it's the
the
second skin.
second skin is light armor.
Yeah,
So it's a level 2.
Second
Is
skin,
it higher than?
I think is level 1. It's what you guys, most of you guys start with.
level 1.
Okay, well I have the Kasatha microcord, black with crimson accents. The armor it's a level 2, and it's got some nice stats.
Close that. All right, it is now. I'm going to say altogether that took you about an hour. Click OK. And let's see, Orindor. All right, that is also light armor. So yes, it gives you 9 and 7. I mean, 1 and 3, whereas your
What does the other one
you're
give?
also carting around the Shunta ringwear, by the way, which nobody can
Hey,
use. Yes, nobody can use until. Oh, speaking
I
of
have it
which,
in
is
my
I
little space pack.
Loki, I forgot. You get a feat at level 5, so I forgot to have you. You can look at that as well, so you can get um, heavy armor if you want to wear heavy armor. Um, anyway, so just make sure you're checking the prerequisites for those uh, feats. Anyway, so yeah, nobody can wear the heavy armor that you're carrying around. So if you want to ever want to sell that, you have.
Yeah, I just put it in my little space bag right there. It's supposed to be. And there you go.
1 and 3, and that gives you 1 and 2. So it'll give you. So the Kasatha second skin is 1 better for your
Yeah.
KAC, but it does not. Let's see. It does not have any upgrade slots though. So he would not be able
Oh,
to
all we
apply
have.
whatever that is he's looking for. But you can also
what
buy
is
Right, but
that?
better
it's supposed to be
armor.
higher. It would just be higher right off the bat, or you can buy it.
What is the asterisk?
How rich are we? We've got to be rich, right? God.
All right, and
Suppose
This is combat feat that can be selected as a soldier's bonus. Okay.
and I'm also giving you a. Everybody got a serum of healing Mark 1 last week, and a serum of healing Mark 2 from the Midnight Core. So Loki, I'm also giving you that. Do you remember if you guys got 1 or 2 of the Mark 1s?
I gotten
I
2 of
got,
each, but
yeah.
I have a whole bunch, but I think I had gotten one.
There we go. All right, so it's okay. So there's that. Don't forget your. Right.
Okay.
Okay, so you take him back out. She thanks you. Do I have?
Do I meet the
Go here. Options.
set of prerequisites for heavy armor strength 30? Actually,
Yeah, you don't have the strength for heavy armor yet.
oh yeah, it can come up 5. So, what about
All right, so you drop her off. Drop him off to her. She sort of looks at the tape a little weird. Um, and
I just look at her and shrug and walk away.
so what? How much information do you give her about this little critter you pulled out of him?
All of it,
Okay. So you transfer.
including notes on how he was behaving
All right. So you
and how I
transfer.
think it was the cause of his behavior. That now that it's out, he might be quite rational when he wakes up.
All right. So you transfer all the data to her, and she takes a look at where it was, and
Where was it?
In his right arm.
correct, just underneath the bicep. All right. So you guys have the rest of the afternoon. It is, again, it's perpetual daytime. So you're pretty much going off of the Absalom timetable, like a lot of the packed worlds do. Uh, you're not in orbit around the sun. You're just there at the sun. So, like I said, there's no daytime. There's no year or time. It's just going off Absalom time. But per Absalom time, it is in the afternoon, about 2 o'clock, 2:30. What would you guys like to do for the rest of the afternoon? So just keep to remind you what's going on. You had finished your mission for the Deep Cultures Institute. You had found the data.
Right.
They are in the process, as you were fighting the genie, of recovering all that data. And Nib had mentioned that they have found information that finally confirms what they had believed before, that there is a city deeper within the sun. And the problem is they just don't have a way of getting there. And so Nib was going to try to do some more research, and she was going to try to find some more information. She had a couple leads, she said, but once they are able to get a way for you to get there, that is the goal, is to have you go where this is. Now, the whole point of the Deep Cultures Institute is that they are pretty much like the Enterprise in Star Trek. Their whole is to meet new races, research old races. It's more of a scientific, archaeological type thing, as opposed to your average mercenary or your average adventurer who just wants to go there, pillage, and get whatever loot they can and leave. The Deep Culture
Right.
Institute is all about learning. So,
Okay.
I just saw something.
so you have a few hours. If you wanted to buy stuff, if you wanted to upgrade stuff, if you wanted to fix gear, you can do all those things. So everybody, I'm going to clear this out again. Menu, delete foes,
Okay. What does this?
and then menu,
Okay.
initiative,
Okay.
roll all initiatives. All right, so I'm going to start with Orindor. Is there anything particular you
Yes.
wanted to do in the afternoon?
I do want to check social media stuff, see what's going on with people, see if my parents have released any more money.
Okay.
And I don't recall what gear we needed. Obviously, we need a rope. Putting the null
Obviously.
space bag. Holy mackerel. And
Now there are
we're not,
manacles as well.
we're not that rich, are we? So I have my stuff.
The Midnight
Should
Corps
have
has
felt
been giving you a lot of stuff. You did get paid for your last gig, but they've also been giving you a
right.
lot of stuff too. So you got
Right. I'm
upgraded
just like
weapons
I'm
last
looking at my
time.
credits though. It's like if I want to buy something outright, I'm not gonna be able to do it.
It
That's why I
depends on
gotta get
depends on what you want to buy too.
right. If you're gonna buy something that's 10,000 credits, then this is not gonna work.
Great.
Okay. So I have a bunch of crap. Should I just sell off all this other stuff for the party? All that kind of stuff.
So Gorgio just subbed for 14 months. Get the heart pumping in there a little bit. Thank you so much. He also redeemed a TPK. Sadly, that means a total party kill. But I don't have that in my Svenzone particles yet, so we can just ignore that. Um, so our group just
Here's the middle
finished.
Is,
finger
is
for
that
you and Gorgio.
is that something you can actually buy?
No.
What the dog doing?
Um, and he also wanted to know what the dog was doing. It is, can you see him? Sort of just
Sort of.
chilling in his giant bed as he's had a fun-filled afternoon of walking outside in the 40-degree weather and barking
It
at
is
people.
brutal. Brutal out there.
Lovely.
All right, so your basic manacles are 350. Does anybody want anything? Go ahead and throw everything in a party sheet that you don't want, that you're trying to sell, under
Okay.
gear.
Is that what we're doing, guys? Nope. We can
Yeah.
do it some other time.
Mhm.
And the rest of you can also look at your gear, see if
Party
there's
sheet.
anything there that you don't want. You can drop it in a party sheet. Just drag the piezo symbol from your gear tab
Here.
over to the party sheet, and it'll drop it there. Um, and then you guys can discuss who you want to actually do the selling to get the best percentage. Rules is written. Starfinder, you get 10%. I give you a little bit more than that, depending on how well you roll.
Oh, because we smoozing, we're bartering.
Exactly. So throw everything in there once you're done. Everybody else can look at too, see if there's anything in there that you want to take back out. If not, we can sell it.
I'm not carrying a lot.
So
Yeah, we diplomacy or something. So somebody has to have an ability that will help influence that. I have diplomacy. Make
So
things go a little
Doc,
smoother.
you have requisition forms
Ah,
from the Midnight Corps. Um, it is a lot of paperwork, and it doesn't always work, but you can request certain items and things if you have a specific need for certain things. You have the forms.
well, we don't
Forms
get
as in
asked for
paperwork.
them. Correct. We don't get sent to recover people alive very often, so
No,
um
you haven't so far, at least. You're correct.
what I would like,
All right, so
and I'm
Orindor,
not
is there anything
sure.
else you wanted to check?
I
1 second
I'm
there,
looking at.
Jingo.
I don't see anything else. That was it. I think
I'm looking here.
All right,
There's
so give me a
something I'm
computers
looking
check.
for, and I'm not sure.
computers. Okay.
And while you're doing that, Twitch, what would you like to do for the afternoon?
For the
Where's my
afternoon, I'm
other
just
stuff?
gonna kick back and relax a little bit, catch up on some reading. I'm just gonna chill,
Okay.
sharpen up a few things.
Loki?
I'm gonna work on fixing that targeting computer thingy.
All right, are you going to ask for anybody's help at the DCI, Deep Cultures Institute, or within the party, or just going to do it yourself?
I'm just gonna do it myself.
All right. First of all, are you trained in engineering? Do you have ranks in engineering?
I do.
Okay,
I'd hope
that's a
so.
good start. All right, so go ahead and give me an engineering check and the give me an engineering check.
I let it help.
All right. So, Fixing that, I'm going to say, is an easy check. So it would be 17 DC. You rolled a 22. So not a problem. You are able to repair it. What you said it was a targeting computer. Let's see.
Yes. It's in my gear under augments. It says targeting
There
computer,
it is. Broken.
parentheses broken.
All right. So click. So you have a process. You may want to go through your gear and check because I don't know why you would want to hold on to a prosthetic limb, for example,
Who?
Loki.
It's a leg, right?
Oh.
Well, I get my leg shot off.
That's
Gotta get
right.
his leg up.
He's
Gotta get a leg
prepared.
up on the competition.
That's right. I don't even know where you got that from, but yeah, you have one. You also have a
Uh,
Sikatite actuator, which is worth 100 credits.
Wow.
yeah, and we got that from the little room where the people were
Right, I know where that's from.
trying to escape. Yeah, I'm
From
just
the sauna
letting
room.
you know. I remember where we.
Where'd you get the limb from then? The prosthetic limb.
There's this raccoon.
Oh, that was at when we first started. Oh wow! I want to say I took it off of something that we killed.
Okay. You have a Haro deck worth 300 credits. So Loki's holding on to all your gear.
Okay. Get some money, man.
All right, so did you want to
That much stuff.
put that targeting computer into your armor?
Yes.
Okay.
Indeed.
It is. Okay. Is it here? It is here. Okay, so you are using second skin. Click. All right, so then that leaves us finally to Doc. So it sounded like you had a plan.
Well, I was looking for something that would allow me goggles or a visor that would allow me to detect invisible. I'm
What?
not seeing anything in, at least not the way they have equipment, um, organized in this book. It's nearly impossible to find what you're looking for.
So there are. That's level 8.
Oh, if it's beyond me, then that's
Let's
if
see.
it's
Hold
not
on.
available, then it's just not available.
Check infrared. Search for like red space. See if that work. Trying to get his. Second. There it is. Second skin. Okay, so see if I can remember how to do this. Drop it into here. Okay, and then you wanted the targeting. What's it called again? Augment. It is called
Targeting
targeting computer.
targeting
Okay.
computer.
And let's see if that works. It did not. Okay. Nope. Delete and targeting computer. Nope. All right, and I'm sorry, what did you say you were looking to do? Are you looking for the
Oh,
infrared goggles and stuff? That's the only thing you're looking for? Let's see. See what I have access to. All right, so you have clear sight, dark sight. You gain low light vision as well as dark vision with a range of 60 feet. In addition, the dark vision these goggles provide allow you to see in color. If you already have dark vision, increases its range by 30 feet. All right, so the dark sight goggles just allow you to see through magical and non-magical darkness.
Yeah.
Um,
Other kind of
Micro
darkness is there?
goggles are pretty cool. They allow you, they're like magnifying glasses. And clear sight. That's pretty cool. Clear sight goggles allow you to see through smoke, fog, and similar gas. So it lets you cast a spell once a day. Let me see what this spell does. I think this might be what you want.
I think I'm going to have to do some research. Here we go. I want a motion detector,
Okay.
but it's a level 7 item. That's 2 levels above us. Is that doable?
Motion. Yes, that's it. Actually, rules is written. Um, that's exactly what you're allowed to do without any kind of weird stuff. You can buy or
Well, I'm
make
going to
things
file a
two levels
requisition
higher than you.
form. I'm going to file a requisition form for a motion detector because that gives me blind sense and that will track invisible creatures,
Handheld
which is
As an
scanner,
item?
exactly what I was looking for.
detecting sweeping kinetic movements, blind sense out 30 feet.
I
You must
imagine it looks just like the one the Marines had in the Aliens.
take a move action each round to use the sensor. Okay. All right. And then
My poor kitty cat wants to go to bed desperately. He's sitting next to my desk making yowling noises.
all right. So let's try this
there's the
one.
party. Right? Was okay.
Okay. All right. Give me a percentile.
All right, give me a sec.
Very nice. All right. And a culture check, please. All right. And this is a 22, 17. Okay.
That'll be okay.
All right. So later that night, you receive a response back, and you are approved to purchase a motion detector.
Nice.
Anybody else have anything they want to add to the party sheet before we sell it? Or is
I'm
anybody?
working on
Okay.
I'm working on that. So
Let me open this up. I need to.
I'm
I got a snap. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
so I have 3 of those auto target rifles in my inventory.
Is that a question or?
Yes, that's a question.
Let me look at gear inventory. Yes.
Okay. How would I put all of them but one into the party sheet?
So you can just drag the piezo symbol over to the party sheet and it will drop one. So you just do that
And
twice.
just
If
okay.
you wanted to do all
I
3 at once, you
want
hold shift and it'll do them all. But since you want to keep one, just do it twice.
I want to keep one for myself.
Yep. There you go.
Okay.
All right, and who is going to be the salesman? As you guys have a garage sale outside the DCI, put up your signs.
Okay, last one. Dysporian tactical rifle. Should I sell that too? I think we got it just for that purpose. I can't use a two-handed weapon anyway.
Anybody
My
else
mic
want
is
it?
on.
No, I can't use long arms like that either.
I think it's just worth money.
Yeah, just ditch it.
Nope, I can't use it.
Yeah, long swords aren't very expensive.
Actually, hold on, since I
Oh, wait.
can't use that other one. Can't hold on. One more. Let me see.
Can I take one of the long swords and put it in there too?
Yeah, hold on. I guess I'm
Yes,
gonna
you can put it
You
in there.
get
can't
rid of
use
that
it
one too.
yet. At a future point, you could take a feat to learn a weapon you don't know how to use.
Yep.
So if you wanted to become the techno mage with a sniper rifle, you could be that guy if you spin the right feats.
And I missed it a moment ago. Well, I was about to say something that got interrupted, but Joker's Chosen is stopped by. He's lurking. He he
Sweet.
has a game. Again, it's similar to Zinlu. It's the game I probably would never play, but it's interesting watching him play this. It's a PC building simulator. So people bring in broken PCs, and your goal in this game is to fix it. And the better you do, the more access you have to parts and faster it takes you and stuff. So it's an interesting little game. Um, Anybody does a lot of different games. So Joker's Chosen. Check them out. All together, one word. All right, I made your second skin. I'm just going to share this just because it's cool. I've actually figured out how to use the forge. So there you go. You've got your second skin with your targeting computer on it. Um, and let me access your gear. Remove second skin. Oink. Go to augment. Delete, delete, delete. And then go to back to your main gear and drop this puppy in there. All right, so I did not look to see what it did. I presume it gives you a +1 to hit. Is that correct? Put it on. Let's see. Targeting computer. This computer helps you compensate for poor visibility conditions. Ignore concealment on attacks you make. This doesn't have any effect against targets with total concealment. Well, that's cool. So and the nice thing is that helps with your spells too. So when it's now, for example, invisibility, that is total concealment. That's why you have a 50% miss chance. But when the woman was hiding behind the computer, she had concealment. You guys had a -2 or -4 to hit her, depending on what was going on. This allows you just to ignore that. So that's pretty cool.
Huh.
All right, so who's going to do the selling? I don't think I got an answer for that. Who's got the highest diplomacy?
I have a 9.
Yep, it's you.
Very nice. All right, so that makes it 37. All right, so let's see. Make sure it gave you everything you're supposed to give you. That. Perfect. There you go. So instead of 10%, you guys got almost 40% because of Doc.
Well,
And then let me drop these down to you. Boink. Sirenscape makes a little chain sound. Okay. And what was your computer check? Let me see.
take it.
29. All right. So yeah, you have no problem even with the spotty reception sometimes close to the sun like this. You are able
Yeah.
to touch base with your family. Um, you don't get any more money, but so everything is pretty much
10%.
unchanged, progressing the way you would expect it to on the home
Okay.
front.
All right. Cool.
I'm reading this prosthetic wheel, and it's so tempting just to go have my arm cut off so I can have a concealed storage compartment.
Well, you can get a concealed storage compartment without chopping your arm off.
Oh,
So,
Well, it says it functions like a normal arm.
right, but like I said, you can just get the concealed compartment built into your leg or your arm or your wherever you want it to be, um, without removing the entire limb or body part.
RoboCop.
So if you guys aren't familiar with it already, there's a website. I believe it's called Armor of Nithis. Let me check real quick. Archives of. There we go. I'm throwing it on the chat. Archives of Nethys, Netys, and it is phenomenal when it comes to just finding things. So like when Jingo was looking for uh, goggles, this would be a good place
yeah.
to look for that type of thing. If you're looking for feats, if spells, skills, pretty much anything, it has access to all the books for Starfinder, and it usually has it set up really well to where it's easy to read. It has it done by level or by cost or however you want to set it up. It's a little easier to read than the reference manuals in Starfinder. I mean, in Fantasy Grounds. Um, Pathfinder is similar in the sense that when you have 15 books that you could be pulling from, it gets challenging sometimes to find what you're looking for. And when I have more than 1,000 different weapons that you can buy, it gets challenging sometimes to make it easy to look through. So the Archives of Nethys is a good website. I don't get paid for this, but Archives of Nethys, if you want to sponsor me, that'd be awesome. But I say that to say, when you get a chance, skim through this and look at augments. Look at some of the things that you can get for your weapons. There are so many different things you can do for yourself, personal augmentations, or for your weapons and things. So upgrades and graphs and things that you can add to your weapons, make them teleport to you when you want them to. You can throw something and it'll come back to you. Um, you can make it hit ghosts. There's just tons of things that you can, everything you can possibly think of, and so much more you couldn't, that would never cross your mind that you can do.
Right.
Um, so you guys have access to those type of things. So if you ever think about it, let me know. Like he said, you can cut off your legs and give yourself 4 legs to where you can crawl up the ceilings and walk on walls and stuff. Spider climb with these things. Look like a General Grievous.
Right.
All right, so you should have access to that motion detector, Jingo, through the items. If you don't, let me
Yeah, I
know.
already added one.
Perfect. All right, so we'll say that comes the next day. Um, so you guys have a couple of days of downtime, so you can work. You can work with Beaker on the training a little bit, get healed up, get refreshed. I'm going to go ahead and push a long rest. And Nib calls you guys.
Nibby, man. What's up? It's the Nibster.
The Nibster.
Images.
Bef- Before we go any further, Sven,
Mm,
I think I found the feed I want. It's out of the operations manual.
okay, what's it called?
It's environmental adaptation.
Yep, that's a good one. Oops, it helps if you spell it correctly. All right, so let me just make sure. Yeah, what's your constitution?
13.
Perfect. All right, so your fur already gives you +2 versus cold and heat, and a +2 versus disease and poison, contact disease and poison, um, because you have protective fur, which was a feat you also took. Um, so take a look at this, and you get to pick 2 of them from that list, and just let me know.
Did you send me the? It is.
There it is. For everybody else who cares. And for those of you watching, by the way, if you don't know how to use the forge, it's a little tricky, but the nice thing is it allows you to do what I just did. Take your armor, take your weapons, take it and then combine it with any upgrade or augments or things that you want to do to it,
Oh,
so that it's all combined into one. So
mm,
put comments down below if you're watching this on YouTube. Uh, you can also watch me on Thursdays. I typically do working with Fantasy Grounds, so I can also take a moment and show you how to walk you through that process if it's something you
oh,
think will help. D&D does have the same thing. It's just a little different, and usually it's a lot easier in D&D. You can just code it. So, but it does have the forge too. All right, getting back to you with your
here we
feet.
go.
That is under abilities.
That atmosphere. Air, toxic atmosphere.
Yeah, so just let me know which 2 you want, and we can and I'll code that for you. Okay. So Nib calls you guys together. Good news, guys. We were able to. Well, let me see how I put this. It is possible to go to Noma. She sort of waits and to see how.
Um, I'm going to assume that because you put it that way, you don't know how we're going to get back.
Well, no. You would use the same ship. There's a ship that will you can use to get there and get back. But problem is getting the ship.
Oh, whose ship is it?
So what do you all? I was trying to find where this the Corona artifact divers. Uh, are you guys familiar with them? I'm gonna
I
type
don't think so.
No.
Corona. So it doesn't take a Dadgummit. Control C, Control V. There we go. Corona artifact divers. It doesn't take an insight check to realize that she does not like them.
Okay.
As you guys came in, this is finally I was able to find what I was looking for. So as you came in, you guys saw that she was um, sort of muttering to herself. As you come in and sit
Ned?
down, you see that she was saying, the ship that can go into the sun. But will they let us use it? I wonder. And so the Corona artifact divers, I've heard they have a starship that can go into the sun to Noma. You need to go talk to them, but but just don't tell them why you need the ship.
Okay.
If we can use their ship, then you could be the first visitors to Noma and maybe ever. See, but she sort of looks around conspiratorially. We can't risk the divers looting the place before we have a chance to survey it.
Wow.
Makes sense.
She pulls out her data pad and she's okay. I'm gonna go start making preparations. It'll take me a couple days at least, but if you find a way to Noma, we can supply you with the rest of what you'll need.
Aha.
Okay.
Clue.
Alrighty then.
All right, so I have access to some questions. In the past, I have fed you guys the questions. Um, do you want me to do that now, or do you want to try to ask them and I'll see if they fit with what I have?
Just tell us. Isn't it late in the game today?
All right, so we have two questions you can ask.
Any idea? Who do we need to talk to?
There you go, and those two. Those are the two that you can talk to Nib about.
Now, why shouldn't we? Will they You said you're afraid of them stealing whatever's there.
She's afraid they'll strip mine the place.
She sort of just shakes her head a little bit. Those Corona artifact divers, they don't apply scientific rigor like we do to anything. They treat the sun like a vault full of credits. We should approach any inhabitants of the sun with care and respect, not just show up looking to load our holds with treasure. If they find out about Noma, then they're just going to go there and toss the place before we have any chance to take any kind of meaningful survey.
Gotcha. I think she's just trying to preserve rather than
Yeah.
cause harm.
Gotcha.
I'm spell toxic.
All right. Who's going to ask the other questions?
Who do we need to talk to?
Well, you see, I don't know what you know about the Corona artifact divers. Typically, they've been just like us. They don't go much deeper than we do. As far as I know, they haven't made any greater success than we have. Especially because they're not scientists. They're just pirates. They're treasure hunters. But anyway, rumor has it. Again, she sort of looks around, see if anybody's paying attention. One of their best divers, a human woman named Lurian, developed this ship, and it took her farther into the sun than anyone before. And that's not all. She brought back an artifact recently, and I'll bet that success will put them in a generous mood.
Possibly.
So her compad bleeps, and she says, "All right, well, let me know when you get the ship, and I'm gonna be getting things going on from my end right now." And she starts talking, and she's walking away to the person that called her. So
Strange.
your next step is now to find out more information about Lurian and about. You pretty much know the Corona artifact divers, but you know, do they have a headquarters? Where can you go talk to them, and then how you can convince this Laruna to let you use the ship without telling her why. So that is where we will leave it
Alrighty.
for tonight. I'll go ahead and fix your feet for you, FEAT. Thanks for playing, guys. Thanks for everybody
Good
stopping
night,
by.
everyone.
Thanks for
It
doing
was
your
good to
thing.
get back to it.
And Gojo, I appreciate the sub. Next week, we're doing Dead Suns again, our higher level campaign. In 2 weeks, we'll be right back here, uh, possibly going into the sun. We'll see. Who knows? But regardless, like, subscribe, all the other stuff, and whatever else you do, enjoy the rest of your day. Say goodnight, guys.
Good
Good night,
night.
Hey, good night,
Bye,
guys.
guys.
guys.